All right. Hey, City to City. Dennae Pierre here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I've got Kimberly Deckel with me. So we were asked to do a video just kind of sharing a little bit about what we're doing here in Phoenix. So I am one of the co-directors for City to City North America, and I'm on the leadership team for the Surge Network, which is our local network here in Phoenix.
And then I am co-planting a church, All Souls Church. We just launched at the beginning of this month. And then I'm also on the leadership team with Surge.
Yeah, so we've been doing a couple different things. So when towards the end of last week, as churches were trying to decide whether or not we were going to have service or not, a lot of conversations began to happen together. And then, of course, some of that decision was made for us by unfolding news events. And so we began working really hard Monday morning to organize resources and connections for our churches to be able to work together.
Yeah, so a few of the things we've done, and I think we have an advantage because of some of the work that we're doing through Surge, so just a lot of churches and nonprofits that are already connected. So one of our pastors, who's a pastor at a larger church in the North Phoenix area, started a Facebook group for ministry leaders. And so we've all been kind of connecting there and just sharing ideas around how to pivot and do church virtually, and then also just needs in the community. And then along with that, we've been sharing resources. So we have a document going just about different resources and things that are happening in the city, whether it's for like the elderly or needs that other agencies have right now. And then we're also just talking about ways to serve. So ways that the church can be the hands and feet of Jesus in this time. And then lastly, we're doing calls via Zoom. So we did our first set of calls today, and we broke it up into 4 categories. So a group met this morning of church planters. So for the incubator, folks who are part of that. And then we had a few other people who are planting churches that are a little further down the line who are part of that call. And then we had a call with pastors who are part of Spanish-speaking congregations. Then we did one for nonprofits and community leaders, and then one for established churches. And so our plan is to continue those. It was a really good time of just connecting and seeing each other in what's been a crazy week, and then just kind of praying together and sharing some thoughts and ideas about what we're doing to just kind of cope and to pastor people and to love our city.
Yeah, one of the things that we've been doing here in Phoenix is anytime there's been some kind of crisis moment, we have been able to work on a process over the last 10 years where we can connect with each other and mobilize pretty quickly. Working in partnership with different nonprofits and city leaders. And so we've been able to do this several times for different things. Of course, this is a whole other scale. So this is a new endeavor for us. But when we began working on Monday, we have a key leader in each of a different area of need, whether it's public schools or foster care, different neighborhoods, different communities, refugees, immigrant population. So we have these different network leaders, faith leaders, who've been working within their specialty and are experts and are really respected and just work really well with the local church and have built these massive networks within their sphere. And so when something like this happens, we convene really quickly and just begin sharing what we're doing to mobilize our churches and volunteers and receive the need. And so we have a kind of centralized hub to be able to receive all the information, organize it, and then get the needs pretty quickly to our congregations. And then I would say the other thing that we're just praying a lot about is we know our churches need to think through Sunday morning gatherings, but it seems like there's just these other really pressing needs to figure out how are we going to care well for our church members and do community really well, especially given all the rippling consequences of either physical illness or losing a job, all the things that are happening. And then the other is how do we really give tangible ways to love our neighbors in this time. So the platforms that we've created and the history of relationship and the sharing has allowed us to just get pastors sharing with each other ideas on what we're working on, and just to not settle for just getting our sermon piped out, but really be thinking and praying, what does it mean to be the church. Our mission hasn't changed, but our organizational strategy for the coming weeks or months is going to change. And so we have really enjoyed as a team beginning to hear what's happening in other cities. We're praying for our sister networks across North America, and are just believing that God is doing a work in the church, and hopeful for how he is at work to prune us and strengthen us and really empower us to be his hands and feet in this time.